asking, right? I want you to tell me what has been the best part of Game Changer Online so far. Like, what has helped you the most? What's been the best part? What is your favorite part? So if you can think about that a little bit, I'm going to unmute one person at a time, and I want to hear what you have to say about that. Does anybody right off the bat have an answer to that question? You could raise your hand if you do, and I'll unmute you. Awesome. All right, so Jody, I do want you to tell me what has been the best part of Game Changer Online for you. Go ahead.
That you guys gave us weights and seeing you. Honestly, seeing you. All
Awesome,
of
Jody. Thank you. Thank you, Jody. You're the best. And we miss you. Hopefully we get back soon. Anybody else? I'll start picking. All right, Maria, what has been the number one best part of Game Changer Online for you so far?
So same thing. It's seeing everyone, seeing you guys, knowing, being accountable, because I have a time. I like it live because I can do it because I'm a teacher now and I make my own hours. So
But you don't get paid enough.
Right. No. But so I like the flexibility of the couple classes, but I like doing it. I like it live because it's interactive and I feel like I'm with you guys, and I'm accountable and I like it. And obviously I love it when I'm done. And mentally for me, I need to keep working out.
For sure. I agree. Awesome. So thank you so much, Maria. So if you're just jumping on here, what I'm doing is I'm just asking random people what the best part of this Game Changer Online platform has been so far, just so I have a good gauge on like, hey, what are we doing right? And what can we continue to do to make sure, that you guys are getting the best experience possible. I know Kat's got something good. Kat, you're going to be up. Go ahead, Kat.
All right. So I think the best thing about it is the absolute consistency that you guys are constantly, keeping on top of us to make sure that we stay focused, because with so much time on our hands, it's so easy to get distracted. And I think that concept, everyone touched on it already, the accountability, the interactiveness, you're covering all the bases with nutrition and the exercise and like the still trying to continue to grow and not plateauing at where we are. And for me, the workouts actually just kind of get me started as somebody who kind of likes working out a lot. Like I do the workouts and then that motivates me to continue to do more during the day. So that's what I love about it the best.
Kat, you're the best. Thank you so much. Let's do one or two more. Let's see. Let's go with Diana. Diana, what has been the best part of Game Changer Online for you?
Well, definitely having the live workouts, being able to see you and you see us to let us know if we're doing it right, doing it wrong. Like everyone else has said, the accountability. And I love the cooking demos that Emily is doing, because I have never cooked so much in my life. Being stuck in a house, gotta cook, gotta feed the kids, right? So can't order out all the time. That's no good. So the cooking is definitely helping too.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you, Diana. All right, let's do one more. Tony's gone. Laura, where are you at? Hold on, let me get you. Laura, you tell me what's been the best part about Game Changer Online.
I got to see Rob.
Oh, boo. That's the worst part of Game Changer Online. That's the best.
The fact that, I'm home, but it's very easy. Whoa, what happened? Hold on. Oh, there we go. It's very easy for me to just say, forget it, I'm not doing it. But knowing that it's live, it's kept me like, all right, let's go. Like, it's good that I get to see everybody and see you, and you could see us, and it's good.
Awesome. And we do love seeing you, Laura, of course. All right, last one for real. Tony, you go. Ready? Best part of Game Changer Online. Let's see it.
I feel like everyone else, the live workouts I love. I love that you guys can correct us. And really just the accountability and having it be like our normal routine, Every day I went to the 9 o'clock, so it's like keeping up with that has helped me stay sane.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tony. Good. And I think that was like an underlying theme to all this was like staying in schedule when like everything else is out of schedule when you're home. So like, kids are home now. You have to be a teacher. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's now on your plate that's a lot tougher. So I understand that. And that's why we're trying to provide some sort of consistency for you guys. And any way that I can help, make this experience better for you, don't hesitate to reach out. I definitely will. But let's get into like the things that I had to talk about. And what I told everyone before was, first of all, have this on speaker view. In your top right, you can either pick gallery view or speaker view. If you pick speaker view, you'll be able to see me in like full screen. And then this way you can see the writing that I have behind me a little bit better. So you'll have it in speaker view. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, there's a chat button at the bottom. I do want you to click on that chat button and then post a question. So I will be able to answer those questions as we go along. I can see exactly what you guys are asking, because this is going to be an outline and a script of what I think that you guys need to hear and what's going to benefit you all. But I want it to be as tailored to you as possible. So shoot me a message at the bottom in the chat if you have anything for me. So getting started, what we're going to go through today is just everything that you have at your disposal at Game Changer Online, right? So the first thing is going to be the community of it all. So that's pretty obvious, but I want to go a little bit more in depth on how to take advantage of that. The second thing I have written down is how to connect with us coaches a little bit better. We are a lot more available than you think we are, especially now because we're at home. So I'll give you some ways that you guys can get in contact with us and connect with us a little bit more. How to make the most out of your workouts first, technology-wise, like physicality-wise, like how you can actually work out better. How to make the most out of your nutrition during this time, how you can really hone that in, and some strategies, tactics, and then like resources that we have for you. How to make the most of the challenges, right? So they're not just something that we post on Facebook. Like they are well thought out and planned challenges that are going to be like linearly progressed over time. Like they'll get a little bit tougher. We'll push you a little bit more. But the idea is by the end of this, you'll have better habits around, cooking better meals, like Diana said, or cooking in general for the entire family to have like better family time. You'll have more steps during the day because we're requiring you to get 10,000, then 15,000 a day in order to get your Perkville points. So it's like developing better habits over time, and they're gonna get progressively harder. And then lastly, I have a really cool little section at the end of how to, like, if an exercise with just your body weight isn't tough for you at home, I have videos. I took videos of Rose before doing some exercise. I have like 4 different tactics that you can do to make that exercise tougher without even a coach telling you. So I'm just putting more tools in your toolbox of knowledge of exercise so that you can just, break it out whenever and start doing some of the tactics that I gave you at the end here. So without further ado, let's get going. Again, if you have any questions, post it in the chat. But the first thing, and if you can see behind me, I have this stuff written out so you guys can see it and follow along. But the first thing that we'll cover is talking about community and what this Game Changer Online platform is. What we've done is we've put this together for all of you who have stayed loyal to us and who have put their faith and trust in us to keep you accountable to your exercise. So what we want to do for you is just provide you with a multitude of different things that you can exercise. You can have a webinar. You can have some social gatherings. Last night we had a happy hour. It felt like I was just sitting around at the gym having a drink with all of you guys. Like that was fun to me. I had a really good time doing that. So I want to encourage you all to stay with that, because community in these times is going to keep you sane. Like having these people that I see like on my computer screen right now, like it's not in-person interactions, but geez, it's as close as humanly possible that we can get to it right now. So jump on as many of these as you possibly can, and always bring a drink and have a good time. Hello, Gio. And if you have a wife, you can snuggle with your wife as you go ahead and watch all this stuff. Next, the friendships that you can develop through this, right? So if you post on the Facebook group and you comment on somebody's post, they comment on yours, you can make a new friend who might at the gym in a regular routine work out at a different time than you. Because like I said before, community and friendship is what's going to get you through these times. So don't be afraid to like hop on Facebook and comment on somebody's post and develop a friendship. Like that's cool. If we can come into this, one way and come out of this with more friends, happier, and having a great social life through it, like nobody else is doing that. So we might as well be the ones that pioneer all that stuff. So, and I feel like we provide you with a little bit of a platform to do that. Take pride in like this family that we have here. Like people who go to the gym every day or most of the days during the week, like you guys, or those of you who are joining the live workouts and, in the middle of your living room doing burpees and jumping and doing kettlebell swings, like, believe it or not, like, I hate to break it to you, we are not normal. Like, we are the abnormal people in America. Like, most people don't do this. So take pride in this little weird, quirky family that we have of over 200 people and support each other. And we can do that through Facebook and all the things. And we as a community, as a gym, as a group, like, I firmly believe, and I want to be like the person who like proves this to you, we can come out of this stronger. So I want you and I encourage you to use the community aspect of this as much as you possibly can. So moving forward, connecting with the coaches, that's pretty important, right? So you have a lot of us at your disposal. Ooh, nice. Every single day at the gym. You get to see us, you get to talk to us, you get to ask questions. You don't necessarily get that easy access to us anymore because on an online workout, there might be 30 people and you can't necessarily ask some in-depth questions that you'd like. So here's what I encourage you to do is there's literally always somebody on the coaches line that we've been reaching out to you guys until 7 p.m. Every single day, there is a coach dedicated to being on the line, making phone calls to you guys, answering text messages, and then settling things or questions that you might have. So I encourage you, if you have a question, a comment, concern, whether it's exercise related, nutrition related, something is going on that you need help with, just text the line that you've been in contact with, and a coach will jump on a phone call with you just like that. So as much as we're not in person easily accessible for you guys, we are more than ever accessible for you guys because you can just shoot a text instead of a phone call, and we have no problem stepping on it and talking to you about whatever you might need. Take advantage of us. Like when you set up a call, what are some things that we can help with? Number one, accountability. This is still like the honeymoon phase of exercising at home. You're like 2 days into doing this, like on the online with us at home, maybe a week and 2 days in from doing it at home, like on the live ones that we did at the gym. Like this is still early on. So it's still kind of fun to jump on and get your workout in. But I promise you, the longer this lasts, the tougher it will be for you to get on and open your computer and work out in the middle of your living room and have your kids stare at you like you have 90,000 heads. It's not going to get any easier. So if you need some accountability, just to confess, like, hey, I'm falling off a little bit, shoot us a text in that coach's line and we'll be glad to help you out. Like we are your fitness and your exercise coaches, but more than ever, like we are like people who can help you get through this time. You know, like when it comes to anything that we can control, we definitely can help you get through this time and we want to. Motivation, you know, sometimes you just need a little kick in the butt and that's fine. We'll provide that for you. Some recommendations, like what you should do for specific exercises online. Like, hey, you know what? My knees hurt when I do this. Schedule a call with a coach. Ask them, hey, what are some exercises that I can do instead of squats when the group is doing squats? We want to provide the personalized experience to you as much as humanly possible. You can help us out with that by just asking those questions. Set up a call, shoot a text message. Recommendations with like supplements, like what kind of protein powder should I be taking? Game Changer, of course. You know, what kind of X, Y, and Z should I be taking? We can help with those things. I want to be able to provide as much clarity to you as humanly possible. So if you have any questions like that, please ask. And listen, if you're just in need of a friend, if you are homeschooling your children for 3 hours a day, you're trying to teach them math and you have no idea what the hell is going on. They teach multiplication 17 different ways now. If you need a friend to talk to, again, text a line and we'll set up a call and we'll talk to you guys just to be a friend in a time of need. So definitely don't hesitate. Utilize us as much as humanly possible because that's why we are here. And that's why we're continuing to do all this stuff. Yes, Mike posted it in the chat. We are your friends. This is very true. We are your friends. Cool. So let's move on to the online workout. So there's a lot of cool things in here that you guys might not know. So number one, if you're doing the workouts, do the live online workouts on Zoom. I cannot stress that to you enough. Our value as Game Changer and as a fitness community is providing coaching cues to you guys, like if you're doing an exercise wrong, and providing like little touches to you guys. Like, hey, Kirsten, hey, Tony, hey, Robin, hey, Laura, that looks too easy. Do a couple more. Or, hey, Diana, don't stand up all the way in your squat. I want you to go right back down. Like, we know you so well because we worked with you so long in the gym that we can watch a screen that might be this big and we can still tell you, oh my God, that's not tough enough. We need to make that tougher. And then we can provide that little touch to you. You wouldn't get that same thing if you watch the pre-recorded YouTube videos. So get the value that we provide to you guys by doing the live workouts that are at, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. I highly recommend that you jump on those if you haven't already. You belong to, like I said, a fitness community. We're in this together. You are not alone. So what you're doing by using the pre-recorded videos, if you can jump on a live one, is you're just secluding yourself from the community. And things are going to get a lot tougher without everyone else right by your side. Have your video on during those. I would love for your full body to be in the video so we can see you. So if you have to move your camera up and down, it's as easy as this. So we can see you doing a plank or a push-up or a body saw, then standing up to it to do a lunge. We can only coach if we can see it, to make sure you do that. Have it in speaker view like you do right now. So again, on the top right of the screen, it says speaker view or gallery view. When you're in speaker view, whoever is talking, which will always be the coach because everyone else is muted, will always be the full screen. So you can always see what's going on. So speaker view is always the best. And we're going to do that from now on. We're going to have you muted literally for the entire workout. So if you want to have like workout music going on in the background, do it up. You know, like you won't distract from anybody else. No one else will hear it because you'll be muted. But make that workout like environment experience as best for you as humanly possible. So throw some music on and whatnot. The only thing that takes away is you then won't be able to ask questions like verbally, but that's fine. That's why we're going to use the chat like everyone is doing right here. So if anybody tells me that they don't know how to use the chat from now on, I know you're all lying because you're all posting in the chat right now. So you guys all messed up on that one. But yeah, use the chat. You can have music on, have a speaker view, have your body in full angle of the camera. And then lastly, what's really important is at Game Changer, we teach our coaches to do 360-degree coaching. So at all times for every exercise, I don't know if you've noticed this, but a coach always makes a loop around everyone so they can see every single angle. So if you at home understand that, that means you have to be the one that's moving because I can't just move my camera and see a different side of you. So I do want from every exercise, like a front view and a side view. That should be good enough. So for example, if I'm watching a front view of you doing a reverse lunge and your knee is going too far forward, I can't necessarily see that. But when you turn to the side, then I can see it and help you. So that's just going to help us provide better coaching cues. So all those things listed out, that's the best way for you to get the most out of these online workouts. So I do want you to take that into effect. Yes, Laura, and that's why we're muting everybody from now on. And if you're really tired and winded and breathing really heavy, I don't want you to be exposed on camera. So we're going to mute you. Don't worry about it. Breathe as heavy as you like. Jam out on some music. As long as you can hear your coach, you're good to go. Don't you worry about it. And invite the family along. Like I'll say this a couple times. Have fun with the kids. You know, they might not be the best at exercising yet, but it's going to be a great time having them right next to you doing some exercise. It'll be a good bonding moment. And hey, what's wrong with a little bit of fitness anyway, right? Moving on. So there will be times where you can't get to the online platform at those specific times. And that's going to be the time where I want you to use the online playlist that we have on YouTube. So here's what you're going to do with that. It's backup, right? So it's not your primary source of exercise. It's just a backup. If I couldn't get to a workout today, I'll use the YouTube playlist. And we're still posting one of those on every single day. So there'll be fresh ones for you. Get your family involved with that too. And coach your kids through these exercises. So studies actually show the best way for you to get better at something is to teach it to someone else. So if you're teaching your kid how to squat or how to do a burpee or a push-up, odds are like your skill at doing that exercise is going to get better. So in these times where you have a little bit more time, use a different tactic to get better at exercise. Don't just exercise. Maybe coach your kids through it. They get fitness. You get a little bit more time together and you get better at doing exercise because you're teaching it. Why not? I think that's a really cool opportunity, really unique for you guys. And then for the workouts, I do need you to know your limitations, right? So at Game Changer, we have like really in-depth and technological systems in place that takes notes for every single one of you, your situations, your injuries, your goals, things that you like, things that you don't like. But guess what? This whole thing came around and all that went out the window. We still have it at the gym, but we can't utilize that right now. So I need you guys to know your limitations and then communicate with us so we know how to figure it out. So what I've done, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys, is today I put together a sheet. And the sheet is for anybody who has knee pain with exercise and anybody who has shoulder pain with some exercise. It's going to say, instead of X exercise, do X. And it has a YouTube link so you can see exactly what's going on. So let me share my screen and I'll take you through it. So here's exactly what I'm talking about. Rob, give me a thumbs up that you can see this right now. All right, cool. So Game Changer at home exercise modifications. I will share this with you guys after this on the Facebook group if you'd like. So basically, here's how it goes. A lot of people do have knee pain with some exercise. So I put down the exercises that will cause the most knee pain. So here's number one. Instead of squats, here's what you'll do. A bodyweight RDL. You can do a kettlebell RDL. You can do a kettlebell swing. You can do a banded bridge. You can do a glute bridge. And then here's what you'll do. You can click on the link. They'll pop up. Click on this. Here's my kettlebell RDL. The video of me doing it in the awkward sunroom, my girlfriend's house, but it's okay. Hips back and stand through. So you know exactly how to do the exercise. You X that out. You can go to another one. Instead of lunges, Coach JT, what should I do? Well, you can do single leg RDLs. Click on the link. Here's an exercise for you if lunges are going to bother your knees. Here's Coach Mike with a bald head and a beard doing an exercise probably 2.5 to 3 years ago. Looking great, Michael. Moving on towards the bottom, let's see. If jumping is something that bothers me. I can't jump up and down. I can just step side to side. So what does that look like, you might ask? Well, here you are. You just click on the link, you pull it right up, and it'll show you exactly what to do instead of doing the exercise that's going to bother your knees. You can step side to side. Of course, you can move faster than that. Cool. So, and then you'll see at the bottom, if you experience shoulder pain, here's what you'll do instead. Instead of push-ups, you can do all these things. So for example, if push-ups are going to bother my shoulder, I can just hold a high plank. So you click the link, you pull it open. You can say hello to Max, which is my girlfriend's dog. So you just hold a high plank instead of doing anything else. So that's something that I put together for you guys because I wanted you to have as many options as humanly possible at your disposal to make sure the exercises and the workouts are tailored to you as much as possible. So I'll share that with you guys. Check it out. And let me know if you have any more questions on that. You guys all have my email, jt@gamechangergym.com. Shoot me an email and I'll help you guys out for all that. So I should be back on the screen now. Let's move this out of the way. Oh no, we're good. And at the end, if you need a coach, like I said before, just ask for help. Shoot us a text message, that's fine. Nutrition. So there's two ways of thinking about nutrition in this time. Number one is you're stuck inside. There's food readily available literally at all times because the cabinet's right around the corner and the fridge is across from that. So you're bored and you eat. And this way you have more distractions and you might gain weight. The second way you can look at it is literally everything is closed. Not only are all restaurants closed and I can't go out to eat and have distractions, I can't even go to the grocery store and get more than one package of chicken. So it's built-in portion control. So if you think about it this way, you don't have as many distractions, you have built-in portion control, your nutrition habits should be honed in even more. So instead of viewing this as, oh my God, I'm gonna eat everything in the house and I'm not excited for it, you then should then think about it as, you know what, it's fine, I have built-in portion control and I can teach my kids how to have these great nutrition habits that I've developed over time. So it's an opportunity instead of like this thing that's happening. Check out the last webinar, Rob, and I hate to give him compliments, but Rob did a great job of explaining not like specific things that you need to do for nutrition, but instead like tips and tricks for habits, like getting around certain things and developing better habits for your nutrition and your drinking at the same time. So I do want you to look at that. And I want you to take some things away because at the end of the day, if you don't have the right habits in place, you doing more advanced things like tracking nutrition, you know, using a food scale, like that's not going to mean anything. So watch that video. It's really good if you have any questions about nutrition. There's more like live webinars and cooking demos to come. So Coach Emily is providing you on Facebook Live, like here's how you make the recipe, follow along with me, and it's healthy. And then it gives you the nutrition information afterwards. Like take that, use it. That's awesome. That's gold. We're giving you some opportunities to make some healthy meals because a lot of the times I feel like half the battle of making a healthy meal is finding a healthy meal that's going to taste good and that you like. So we're providing, like meeting halfway, we're providing that for you. As long as you can get all the ingredients and make it, you're good to go. So stay tuned to that. And we're going to make some more advanced videos. Like if the habits one was good, Rob is going to put together, and myself, like a couple webinars that are going to be about how to use a food scale, how to track food, how to use an app like MyFitnessPal to track my calories. How many calories should I be eating? Like those questions. We'll attack that in these times. Oh, hi, Fiona. How are you? But we're going to attack all of those things and make sure that you have all the information you need. But again, it's going to start with habits, changing your habits. And the last thing down at the bottom is boredom does not equal eating more. Like if you're bored, that doesn't mean go in the kitchen and have a snack or go pick on leftovers from last night. That means have a glass of water, take a couple seconds. You're probably not as hungry as you think you are. And it's going to be a good tactic for everyone. My consumption of black coffee has been through the roof since I've been stuck at home because I think I'm hungry and then I have a cup of coffee and then I'm not hungry anymore, but then I bounce off the wall. So maybe water is going to be a better one. Oh, hold on. There we go. That's better. All right. So moving on. So we set up a bunch of challenges for you guys. We gave you 3 last week and we gave you 3 this week. The first thing that you should do with these challenges is set realistic goals. So how many days a week do you want to get these goals done and these challenges done, and lay out each one? You know, like I want to get 15,000 steps 2 days this week, and then check that off. Write it down somewhere so you can hold yourself accountable. Be realistic and progress weekly. So maybe week 1, you want to get each one done once a week. That's cool. Then week 2, 2 times a week. Awesome. We're getting better and we're progressing from there. I do want you to have an accountability buddy. So whether that's somebody at home or somebody that you connect with on here, tell somebody what your goals are and be like, hey, I want to get these steps in 3 times a week. And they can do it with you, but they can also, you know, be that sense of motivation for you if you don't have the motivation to do it that day. You know, if you're connected with somebody that's in the Game Changer online group and they're getting their steps in, it's probably going to, you know, force you to then want to get your steps in as well. So having someone to hold you accountable, even if it's not somebody in here, maybe it's a kid, a loved one, a spouse, whatever that might be, have somebody there to support you and hold you accountable through all this stuff. And the last thing with the challenges is I really want you to push yourself, right? Like none of these are going to be easy anymore. But we as your coaches would never put you in a situation that it's an impossible task. Like all these things are doable. You know, we've tried them out ourselves. And they're going to be habits that you should develop to make, you know, everything better and to make the most out of these experiences, right? So everything is coming back just to you making the most out of the Game Changer online platform. So week 1 was basically a layup. Like 10,000 steps is pretty easy. You know, making tacos, pretty easy. So those things are easy for you guys to get done, but you guys got in the rhythm of doing these things. Now they're going to get tougher. 15,000 steps, that's 5,000 more steps. That's tough, right? And it's not going to get easier from there, but it is developing better habits for you guys of being more active during these times. So it's a built-in way of holding you accountable. We are your coaches after all, and we make these challenges with a thought in mind of having it achievable for you guys, but making sure that you're pushed. It's not easy anymore. We're pushing you guys to get outside of your comfort zone and be, you know, this week just a little bit better than you were last week. And that's always been the goal behind those things. So understand that none of them will be impossible, but they all will be semi-challenging. And you guys got this. At the end of the day, we know you guys. We know you all very, very well, and we would never put you in a situation that you can't succeed. You got this. You're strong enough. You're fit enough. You have the willpower to do it. So you guys got these challenges. Don't you worry about it. And the last part about this and what I've been looking forward to the most, because I love talking about exercises, is how to make these at-home exercises more challenging. So most of you don't have any equipment, or if you do, it's very little or very light. So for example, if you have like a 25-pound kettlebell to squat, it's probably not the most difficult thing in the world for you, because I've seen you all squat more than that in the gym. So these are just tactics and ways for you to make those exercises difficult. So without any weight or very limited weight, this is how you're going to make things a little bit tougher. I have videos to show you, and it's all about squatting, but all these concepts can be used on many different exercises. But I wanted to keep the exercise, you know, consistent throughout all the concepts so you can understand exactly how to do them and exactly what I'm talking about. So the first thing that I want to say is be ready to be humbled if you try these things, because I myself only have a 40-pound kettlebell at this house, and we've been doing the workouts that you're doing. And if you apply these strategies, I promise you can be just as sore as you would be if you were max effort squatting. So the first thing that you can do is focus on eccentrics. So what eccentric is basically like the nerdy way to say the lowering portion of it. So on a squat, it's the way down of a squat. So if you focus on going really slow on the way down, then standing up and then doing that again, that portion of it is going to make you work the hardest. It's going to make you sweat the most. It's going to make you the most sore because your muscles are working the most during that time. So slow lowering and then stand back to the top. So if you've been on a Zoom call and we've told you, hey, I want you to go a little slower on the way down, it's just been a tactic for us to get you to work a little bit harder, make that weight feel just a little heavier. I'm going to share my screen again. I have a video here of my lovely girlfriend, Rose, doing a 5-second eccentric squat. So give me a thumbs up, Andres, so you can see this. Beautiful. I'm going to hit play, and what you'll see is her going for 5 seconds on the way down for a squat. I wanted to provide a visual cue for you guys to know exactly what that means. So she's going really slow on the way down, and she's going right back down. Good. So that's exactly what I mean by the controlling the eccentric of the squat. You're going really slow on the way down. You're spending most of your time in the most difficult portion of the exercise, standing up and then going right back down to it. That's number one. It's focusing on the lowering of the eccentrics. For a push-up, that's the way down. For a one-arm row, that's the way down. Most of the time, it's going to be where you're fighting against gravity the most. That's going to be the eccentric or the lowering portion of the exercise. So that's step number one. Let's see, I have a chat here. Just Andres talking about, yeah, thanks, Andres. All right, next, isometric. So if you can see here, screw it, I'll take it off. Isometrics, that just means hold. So if you could see my little stick figure here, that's going to be a squat. So an isometric typically happens at the most difficult portion of the exercise. So for a squat, it's when your legs are bent at 90 degrees. So when you do an isometric, you're going to hold that there. So either you do a hold there for 3 seconds, stand back up, and then go back down, hold for another 3 seconds. Or there's another tactic that you can use where you do a prolongated ISO hold. So you hold, let's say, 15 seconds at the bottom of the squat, and then you go right into reps right after that. Because if you do an ISO hold, you're fatiguing your legs so much that when you go into the squat, that's going to feel even tougher. It's going to feel like you have a ton of weight on you when you might not even have anything whatsoever. Thank you, Gio. My geometry is not as great as it used to be. So again, I'm going to share my screen with you. I have another video. Well, 2 videos actually. The first one is going to be of Rose doing a 3-second isometric squat. So she's pausing at the bottom, standing back up, and then going again. So let me hit play. Andres, give me another thumbs up. We're good to go. All right, awesome. So she's going to squat, pause for 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, stand back up, and then go right back down. I was not very happy. The strength coach in me said that's not 3 seconds, but you get the gist of it. 3-second pause at the bottom, and then stand back to the top. The next video is kind of similar. Like it's still an isometric, but you're going to do it for 15 seconds at the bottom, and then I'm going to have her go for 15 seconds of reps right after. So she's finding the most difficult position of it and holding it there for 15 seconds. I'm counting off for her. Right now, her legs are working a ton in order to get this done, in order to hold herself here. And now she's going. Find the bottom to the top. Find the bottom to the top. Exactly what I'm looking for. What's that music there? Anybody else hear music? Oh, hold on. It's this one. Sorry about that one. So on that one, she held the bottom for 15 seconds, and then she went through reps for 15 seconds. If you haven't tried that, give that one a whirl. That's going to make your thighs burn a ton. If you have weight, throw some weight in that too. That's going to make it tougher as well. So we went over isometrics. The next one is going to be limiting rest, right? So that's what we've been doing with our workouts for you guys is we're making this as tough for you as humanly possible with limited weight by limiting your rest as much as humanly possible. So you probably don't have a ton of time in between exercises and rounds to stop and for your body to recover. So we're relying on each exercise or each round compounding onto the next to make you feel more tired so the exercise feels tougher. Like that's the strategy behind it, behind all that we're doing. So you can do that on your own by resting less, or I have another video for you guys that you can do it in between reps. So if I've told you like, you know, on a Zoom call or coach has told you on a Zoom call to stand up and then find the bottom right away again to not lock out at the top, that's a way that I'm limiting your rest because when you stand up tall at the top of a squat, your legs are resting. They're no longer supporting your weight. Then when you go back down into it, they are again. So if you eliminate the lockout, it makes it a lot tougher. So let me share my screen one last time, I promise, get you the last video. And for this one, I'm just having Rose do no lockout squatting. So if I hit play, you could see that she doesn't really stand up all the way tall. It's down, it's back up, right back down. Back up, right back down. So there's never in that movement any time that she's resting. So if you did that for one of our timed circuits, let's just say for 30 seconds of that, no matter how strong your lower body is, it's going to fatigue very fast. And you're going to feel like you're lifting more weight than you actually are. And that's all that matters when it comes to strength training and getting fit. I did actually have one more. I didn't go over tempo. So tempo is another thing that we use, right? And I've used that with some of you in the gym. I haven't broke it out in any of the online platforms just yet. But tempo means combining slow eccentrics, the first one we talked about, with then slow concentrics, which means standing back up. So you're lowering slowly and you're raising slowly so that your body is working extra hard to control yourself through that movement. Last screen share this time, I promise. So I had Rose do, let's see, I gotta move this out of the way. I had Rose do tempo squats in this video. So basically you're gonna see, I count off for her. She goes 2 seconds or 3 seconds on the way down and on the way back up as well. It's really slow on the way down. It's really slow on the way up too. That's a really awkward thing for you to do. Most of the time you'll wanna stand right back up to the top at pure habit. It's slowing it down is gonna make it a lot tougher. And that's what it looks like. So I gave you some things to think about on these, right? So to make exercises tougher, all you have to do is limit your rest, tempo it out, pause a little longer. You can add an isometric. Anything along those lines, if you do it, if you add them in, I guarantee you that gets a lot tougher for you guys. So use those tactics when you're in a workout and something isn't challenging enough. And if you have any questions about that or you want those videos, let me know and I can send them to you so you know exactly how to use them, how to do them. That's all I have for you guys. But just to recap, I had at the bottom the one I threw at the floor, of course. Join in on the live workouts, please, because that's the way we're going to add as much value as humanly possible to you guys. Do one thing for your nutrition this week that's a little bit better. Go ahead and watch Rob's video that's in the YouTube playlist. And just do one thing that's going to make your habits better this week, just so you're getting better week to week, not only with your workouts, but also with your nutrition. Studies do show that if you like jump into nutrition and just try to fix everything at once, you're going to fall off ASAP. But if you just pick one thing and you get better at that, then you layer something else on next week. Layer something else on next week. Yeah, that's a much more sustainable way to go about making any improvement, let alone nutrition. Do set goals for yourself with the challenges. Set goals of how many times you want to work out a week, how many webinars you want to attend or hangouts. Set goals and have someone to hold you accountable to them. Do complete the challenges because they're not just random things that we threw together. They're well thought out. And if you keep up with them, like you'll progress pretty well from doing 10,000 steps, hi Eddie, 10,000 steps a day to doing, 20,000 plus, whatever that might wind up being. But you'll progress nicely and you'll be more fit because of that. And then lastly, stay the course. I mentioned this in the very beginning. This is still the honeymoon phase, believe it or not, of our relationship of Game Changer Online. Like everyone is enjoying it and having a great time and it's a little bit different. Stay the course. It's not going to be that way the entire time. We're going to keep rolling things out to you weekly to keep you involved and keep new things coming for you guys. So be attentive to that. Know what's going on within the Game Changer community online. Stay the course, and I promise you will come out of this stronger. When do the 5:45 workouts start? They started already, Robin. They're on the YouTube channel. It's a library of pre-recorded workouts. Just click that and you're good to go. You can do that at any time, Robin. I'm actually going to unmute everybody. Please stay the course on all this. We have your back. Let me know if I can help at all. Let the coaches know if they can help at all. And I will share the documents that I had with you to share. But let Havoc and Sue, you are all now unmuted.
Yay!
Thank you all for being here. I hope you all had a couple drinks while we did this.
Bravo, JT.
Thanks, JT.
Thanks, JT. Thank you, JT. Great job.
Next, you gotta learn to use the whiteboard mode.
Some random guy.
There's the computer guy.
Yeah.
Where's Ro now? Suffering?
Mommy, who are you talking to?
Mommy, who are you talking to?
Mommy, who are you talking to?
That was Caitlin. Yes.
All right, y'all. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, JT.
Thank you.
Thank you.